What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Raidalicious video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over all three of my Hydra teams and how I get over 2.5 billion Clash points. Alright, so this team is my best team. We're going to do it on Brutal. So we have Mikage's ally attack and attack this Cleanse Head. Now, Archer Queen's going to put her debuffs, Hex on the Head of Mischief, so now we can target this Head of Mischief, which is what I'm going to do. Green Affinity on this team would be strong because Ninja's going to be doing most of the damage, and he is Blue Affinity, which is strong against Green. And Archer Queen's also going to be doing a lot of damage, and she's Green Affinity, so it's the same affinity, so she's going to be doing good damage. And Grazer's Void. Grazer and Inquisitor are both Void, so it doesn't matter what affinity they're attacking. But yeah, this Green Affinity is probably the best for this team. So by attacking the Head of Mischief, we can decrease the turn meters of all the other allies. Now, so Archer Queen's bringing the Provoke for this Cleanse Head, along with the Hex AoE and decreased speed AoE, which is very nice. Mikage's bringing the buffs, increased attack for Ninja and Inquisitor, and increased crit damage, which is very nice. Grazer's bringing the increased defense AoE, which is buffing Archer Queen and Grazer's damage, and survivability for the team. And Inquisitor is just counteracting the True Fear Head, and Ugo is there for slight cleanse and heal, plus the block buffs and decreased defense AoE. This team has all the essential debuffs, but we are honestly missing increased speed. None of my teams have increased speed, which would be a major buff added to the team. But yeah, let's see what the end of the run looks like. So yeah, we're approaching the end here. This is where Ninja actually dies around turn count 1300 or 1238, which is not bad. Yeah, as you can see, the team only got like 15 more million damage after that. So yeah, let's see the total damage stats. We got Grazer doing 110 million damage, which is huge damage. Ugo's doing she's just doing her job of cleansing and debuffing. Mikage, she did alright damage. I mean, not really. I put crit rate gauntlets on her. Mikage's just not doing that much. Ninja did 191 million, which is very nice. Once we get those blessings up higher, those damage numbers are gonna scale a lot higher. Inquisitor did 61 million, that's pretty good. And Archer Queen did 116 million, along with 22 million heals. Archer Queen is a hard carry in this team. She is very good. So that got me 1.54 billion Clash points. Alright, so the first champion on the Brutal team, we're going to go over Mikage. She is in a Relentless set, and her total stats are going to be 85,000 attack, 3,800 defense, 296 speed, 107 crit rate, so she is crit capped, and 183 crit damage. Not too bad. I have her built for a little bit of damage, not too much. But she does have 400 accuracy, and with the ignore resistance, that is plenty of accuracy, at least for Hydra. The next champion on my Brutal team is going to be my Ninja. He is built in a 6-piece Merciless set. I believe that is the best set for him for PvE, for the chance to decrease the random skills cooldown by 1 turn, and the 35% ignore defense, which is better than Savage. So his total stats are going to be looking like almost 6k attack, 206 speed, 96 crit rate, not perfect, but not bad at the same time. 303 crit damage is very good, and 242 on the accuracy. I want that slightly higher, but that's honestly pretty good for Brutal. Next up is the Inquisitor. He is built in a lethal set with a defense percentage chestplate because I need him to stay alive because he is pretty squishy. He's got 4,500 attack, 249 speed, 100 crit rate, 226 crit damage, and 371 accuracy to get the buff removal on his A1. So pretty decent build for Inquisitor, but not too shabby. We have Ugo on the next build, and she is built in a reflex set. And her total stats are 63,000 HP, 3,700 defense, so she's decently tanky. 271 speed, which is pretty good. She's not built for damage at all. I did not crit cap her, but she does have 407 accuracy, which is plenty for Hydra. Grazer is up next. He's also built in a Relentless set, and he is built for damage as well. He's got 4k defense, roughly. Almost 4k defense. 256 speed, 100 crit rate, 280 crit damage, and 364 accuracy, which is, I think he's built pretty solid. Maybe I'd get a little bit more defense for his A1 and A3 to scale that damage a bit more. The last champion on this team is going to be Archer Queen. She is also built in Relentless gear, because she is just a monster in Hydra. She got 4,500 defense, 281 speed, almost 100 crit rate, 153 crit damage, and 407 speed. As you guys, or 407 accuracy. As you guys saw, with 153% crit damage and 4,500 defense, she was doing over 100 million damage. That's insane. If I built this champion a little bit more for damage, like if I increased her damage stats a bit more, she would be doing nasty amounts of damage. So as you can see, this run starts out with Arbiter using her Terminator boost. Then Ugo's going in with the block buffs. And I put the White Dragoneers to use their A1 first to do a little extra damage. And then Trunda goes in with her A2, Cloak of Ages, nuking everybody, killing the Head of Mischief, and decreasing the turn meters of all allies. Then Yumeko is resetting all the cooldowns of everybody. And so Trunda has her A2 again. Now the White Dragoneers can just use their A2 on Yumeko. So now every time Yumeko takes a turn, she has Dance of Time, which can reset everyone's cooldowns again. So it's just a cycle over and over again until the run reaches the turn limit. And yeah, Toronto gets eaten here and ended up getting consumed because we can't target the Head of Mischief without a Hex. And the run pretty much died right here. But you know, it's still finished out doing 800 million damage, which is very good. Trina's doing 751 million. Obviously, she's doing most of it because this team is entirely built for her. And yeah, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good amount of points. This team has done better. I've seen it do over 1 billion before. Alrighty, on my Trunda team, let us start with Trunda. She's built in a Savage gear, and her total stats in Hydra are looking at 7,200 attack, 219 speed, 100 crit rate, 281 crit damage. She's doing pretty good damage in Hydra. I mean, obviously, I'd want more crit damage and a little more speed on this team. For a speed tune, if you want it, she needs to be around 250 speed, 240, 250 speed, if you want this to be even better. But I like her how she is now. She's doing pretty good damage. Next up is Yumeko. She is just built in perception and speed. I just want her. I use her in arena, so I do want her very accurate for arena. She's got 613 accuracy, but she has 316 speed in 100 battles, which is very good, and she's pretty tanky. Arbiter is going to be the turn meter booster. She's just built in speed gear, pretty much. Like this this protection gear is only for this little speed because that's just the best gear I had. And her total stats are looking like 72,000 attack or 72,000 HP, 3,100 defense, 369 speed, and 352 accuracy. So she's the fastest on the team and the fastest on my account. Or the faster she is, the more turn meter boosts I'm getting. So it's very nice. And I need her faster than Yumeko. Next up is my first Ugo. This Ugo actually shares the same gear as the other Ugo that I showed you earlier, but this one is 6-star Blessed and Cruelty. So total stats are going to be a little different on this one. She's going to be a little more tanky, a little faster, and a little more accurate. So just a little extra on the stats, pretty much. But yeah, 281 speed. She's quite tanky. 467 accuracy, which is really good. And yeah, she gets the job done. Next up is going to be the White Dragoneers. So my first one is built in a regen gear because of her passive. She can, whenever the champion is healed, heals each ally except this champion by 20% of that heal. So every time she's taking a turn, she's healing all allies by 20% of her heal. So that is very nice. But in Hydra, she's pretty tanky. She got 81k HP, 2800 defense. I want that defense a little higher, but that's fine for normal. Especially because trying to keeping the heads dead constantly. But she got 267 speed and 349 accuracy. So she's gonna land the decreased speed in case the speed tune gets out of whack. But yeah, you want your Nias to be around the same speed. So she's 267 speed, and the second Nia is going to be 263 speed. So yeah, you want them going right after each other. So make sure you hit Dance of Time. You reset Yumeko's cooldowns at the same time. All right, so this run's gonna start out with Duchess using her A2, buffing everyone up. Wukong uses A3, put the block buffs up there. We got decreased speed from Visix here. Mishinaki's bringing the decreased defense AoE and AoE decreased attack. And we have Provoke on Visix and along with Harima. So we got those debuffs there. And Mishinaki's also bringing AoE Hex, and he is also removing buffs. So this team's kind of just thrown together. It's not really a perfect team, but it really does get the job done. This team is missing heals, though. Duchess is the only one that can actually heal on this team with her Revive and puts that continuous heal, but overall, I mean, this team, you can just run this full auto, and you'll get max chest, whatever you're trying to do. You'll get max chest at least on hard, which is what I'm doing here. Maybe even brutal. Alright, it's kind of a short run, but got 90 million damage on hard for full auto. Not too bad, I'd say. You're not going to see that many stats from Duchess, but she is keeping this team alive. Rathalos did around 30 million. That's pretty good. Mishinaki's also buffing Rathalos' damage because he brings HP burn on A1, which I also forgot to mention earlier. But he's doing 28 million damage. This is pretty good. Wukong's doing 10 mil. Harima's doing 15 mil. Obviously, this team is not really optimized. This is my third team, so it's missing kind of like the essential debuffs and buffs. We are missing increased defense on this team, which would buff Mishinaki and Harima's damage. We're also missing increased speed, so everyone's kind of just slow. It does get the job done. We got 90 mil on hard, 181 million clash points. This is only the first run, so for my final team, I'm going to start out with Duchess. She's just built in for my arena. She's in 6-piece protection, so I like the chance to get protected buffs. Preferably a 9-piece would be amazing on Duchess, because then allies would deal 5% more damage per buff placed by this champion, which she places a lot of buffs. She's bringing block buffs, increased attack, perfect veil, and then also brings a veil and continuous heal in her A3 and a shield in her A1. She's putting a lot of buffs, guys. So 9-piece protection on Duchess would be really good, especially in Hydra. Her total stats, I have her built for pretty much everything. I use her everywhere. So she's got 103k HP, 4800 defense, 300 speed, 439 on the resistance. She's just a beast. I use her everywhere in the game. Next up on my third team is gonna be Wukong. Now he is built just in perception speed. I just wanted him fast and accurate so he can get the buff removals pretty quick. And I have him somewhat built for damage. He's got 6k attack, 268 speed, 74 crit rate, not the best. 217 crit damage is pretty good. And 433 accuracy. He's got plenty of accuracy. He's pretty quick. And he's kind of got some damage built in for him. So he's overall built pretty well, I would say. Now the next person on this team is going to be Rathalos. He is built in a Relentless set. Could you have guessed? I have a lot of champions built in Relentless gear. So his total stats are looking like 40,000 HP, 2,800 defense. So he is pretty squishy, but we have Duchess in there. So he's got 5,800 attack, 282 speed, 92 crit rate, not perfect, 332 crit damage, which is insane. He has a lot of crit damage. So he should be doing big damage. He was in my main team until I got Mikage and Ninja, and I just made a team around those two because those two just dominate Hydra. Next person on this team is me, Harima. She's built in lethal gear and perception, and her total stats are going to be looking like 5,300 defense, 216 speed, 95 crit rate, not perfect, 298 crit damage is pretty good. That is a lot more than I actually thought. I didn't know she had that much. And 338 on the accuracy. So for hard Hydra, which is what I'm using here for, that's good enough. Next up is Mishinaki. He's built in Relentless. Could you have guessed? Let's see. His total stats are 4,800 defense, 219 speed, 92 crit rate. Again, not perfect. 264 crit damage, and 413 accuracy. So he's got plenty of accuracy. Now, he doesn't need that fast because of his passive, where whenever an ally attacks an enemy under a hex debuff, this champion has a 50% chance to team up and join the ally's attack. So he doesn't need to be built fast. He needs to be built for damage and decently kind of fast. Maybe 240. 240 in a perfect world would, I think, would be the best speed for this champion, along with high damage numbers. And last but not least champion on this team, Visix. She's built in perception and speed. Again, just fast and accurate. Now, her Hydra battle stats, she got 60k HP, 3,800 defense, 253 speed, and 400 accuracy. So, I mean, she's built pretty decent for Hydra, I'd say.